This is Abbott242 back again with the Kerbal Space Program. Today we're going to be doing part 2 of the Kemini series, where we try to replicate the United States Gemini mission, where we dock together two ships in orbit. Now, in the last episode, we launched up the Agena 1 spacecraft, which is just floating around in orbit now. So today we're going to launch up Gemini 1 and rendezvous with it. Fun stuff. Okay, so here we are in the vehicle assembly building once again, and we're going to try and build the Gemini craft. So, which command pod should we use? Gemini was a two-person craft, and as much as I would like to use the command pod Mark 1, like we did for Mercury, I think I'm actually going to try and just modify the Mark 2 lander can. I've never tried this before. This should be interesting. So, to make it a bit more aerodynamic, we'll add a bit of a nose cone on the front, but with a docking port on it. How could we do that? Maybe in structural? What's this? LM3 standard adapter. Too big. What else we got? Low profile. Low profile? Yeah, low profile adapter. That could work. It's not pointy enough. What else do we have here? Now, most of the parts you're seeing in this era are from B9 Aerospace. A few of them are from KW Rocketry as well. So, I actually have two mods which I have mentioned, considering I have not used them yet. They are Kerbex and the Elysian Empire's Sparrow Missile. It's from Enter Elysium, another YouTuber. Go check him out, he's pretty cool. But I will post the names of those in the description if you are curious. This is taking... there we go, Rockomax brand adapter. That'll do. You can take that, go into our docking ports in Utility, find a docking port. Now, it has to be the same one as on the Agena, so the Clampatron docking port is the standard one. Cool. We'll set that up there. It's pretty good. Actually, I want to make this look nice. We'll use a shielded docking port. This is the one exception, because it's simply a Clampatron that is hidden. You can open it up, and it becomes basically the same thing as that. They're compatible. Now, let's see, we'll add a bit of fuel onto it. So, let's go with this tank here, Rockomax X208 fuel tank. Looks good to me. And some little engines. Use this LV909. Nah. Well, what else we got here? 2477s. A bit small. They're mainly used for landers or just satellites, small probes, etc., etc. You know, I think I'll stick with the LV909. No, sorry, the Poodle. Yeah, that looks good. Look at that. Nice craft. Now, we're also, of course, going to need parachutes. So back into the utilities section. And we'll get some radial mount parachutes. Let's take 3 of them, 4 of them, slap them on there, and voila. It's now ready for landing. So, what else do we need? RCS, of course, because we're going to be doing docking, which is difficult and requires lots of fuel. So we'll take a KW Rocketry SA1 RC. No. SB1 RCS fuel. Nice, and that's that. So let's grab a little decoupler ring, slap some explosives onto our rocket, along with the fuel and everything else, because it seems safe. Rockomax brand decoupler. I can't place it, there we go. And we're going to need to get it into an orbit. So, what I think I'll do is grab the SB1 LFT tank, put what sort of engine under it? God. Could we use one of the stock engines, maybe? Maybe? Not seeing anything too interesting here. I could use the skipper. Yeah? Interesting. That's mainly used for launch stage, though. Not sure. I'll try it out. Kinda curious about that, I'll be honest. Once again, I've never done that before. So, new experience for me, too. Oh, yep, there we go. Put the coupler under there. And that's the third stage. Let's grab a big second stage. We'll go with this one on it. Maverick 5. That's how much? 1,300 thrust. And how much is the skipper? Skipper is 650. Mainsail is 1,500. Okay. So this one's only slightly more powerful than that one. Neat. Keep going down. Grab another decoupler. And we'll... Oh no, that doesn't seem to work. Because the KW rockety parts don't have a built-in auto-generated fairing, interstage fairing, you need to actually grab one of their interstage decouplers. I forgot about that. Sorry, YouTube. So let's scroll up. Come back down. Hope that's enough space. Not grab that engine. Go back to the right page and grab the SB4 LFT tank. We will put, once again, Griffon G8D engine underneath it. Grab some radial decouplers and side-mounted solid fuel boosters. Because you can't have enough boosters in Kerbal Space Program. So, side decouplers, say how many? 4, 3, 2, 1, none? I think we'll go with 4. Oh! Get rid of that. Bit of lag here, odd. Alright, that should do. Back into propulsion. And let's grab the Globe 6 solid rocket boosters. Looks good to me. Fix our staging, make sure that everything is going okay. Which one's that? That one? That one. Fine by me. Okay. Should be good. That should be good. Let's call it. Wait for it. Gemini. Whoops. Gemini 1. Save. And launch. Okay, so here we are, waiting on the launch pad. Bit of a stubby rocket, and a bit waggly, moving around. Now, in order to launch to a rendezvous, you want the craft in question, which is there, to be at about a 45-degree angle, I think it is. So if we're here, we want the other craft to be about there. That's not 45 degrees, about there. So I can time warp. Physics warp. Oh, that's not good. That means that our rocket's unstable. Let's check back on it. If I time warp, yeah, it just dies. Oh. YouTube, how not to launch rockets. Revert to vehicle assembly. Alright, let's get our story straight here. That never happened. All we have to do is go into the structural tab, add some, where is it? Launch stability enhancers, TT18As, and it'll work like a charm, hopefully. YouTube, this is always a good idea to add more stability enhancers. Oh, there we go. It's also a good idea to put them in the right stage. Save, and launch once again. And here we are, attempt number 2. Attempt number 1 never happened. So, let's go and time warp the other craft, the Agena 1, into the correct position. Good, we don't have physics warp, we have real time warp. It's the real stuff. Right, I'll stop it about there. And we should be good for launch. I forgot to add SAS. Crap. It doesn't matter. Alright. 2/3 thrust. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Booster ignition. You're on your way to space, guys. Good luck. See it from a Kerbal point of view. This actually looks kind of nice. See the runway slowly going out of view as we go higher and higher into space. We're turning a bit, probably due to our lack of SAS. I also forgot to add batteries, which may be an issue later on. In order to rotate your craft, you need a battery. However, I have RCS fuel, so we should probably be able to make up for that if we run out of electric power. Rockets. Fun stuff. Okay, so as we go up to orbit here, just looking around, we're almost about to decouple the boosters. Now, orbital rendezvous are very, very difficult, actually. They require a lot of precise timing, so I wouldn't be surprised if I have to take multiple shots at this. I'm not doing a voiceover, this is real time, so I don't know how well it'll go. Booster separation. Watch them fall slowly back to the planet. Oh. And, you know, I've always wondered in Kerbal Space Program, how safe is it to be dropping large pieces of metal up on top of the space station? Because from our trajectory, those are going to land right back on the launch pad, some of them even on the vehicle assembly building. I mean, just how safe is that? That doesn't seem like a very good work environment to me. Regardless, we're still fine. Mindless of the innocent Kerbal workers getting bonked on the head by booster rockets down below us. So, cross your fingers, YouTube. Hope that I can do it on the first try, and I missed my gravity turn. If you look at our altimeter up here, it's now 13,000 meters. I was supposed to have turned to 45 degrees inclination at 10,000 meters. This is probably fine. Probably. Wait a minute. YouTube, forgive me for being an idiot. I forgot to add RCS thrusters on my craft. Well. Back to the vehicle assembly building. Alright, we're back in the vehicle assembly building. about to correct my previous stupid little mistakes. So we're going to be translating, so we look for the center of mass in this craft. It would seem to be in between the fuel tanks. Makes sense. They're the heaviest. That will change when we start to run out of fuel, however, so I will grab some quads, 4 of them, but I'll put them a bit higher, I think. Up about here. Should do it. Also, I'm going to add a battery. The Z4K. Even then, I'm going to add some PB Nook radioisotope thermoelectric generators, i.e. nuclear batteries. No, doesn't seem to want to let me do that. Okay, fair enough. Maybe, no. Ah, there we go. Slot them in. Okay. Also, we should add an ASAS module, so we have a bit of autopilot control. There we go. Advanced SAS module, large. And I'll add some more parachutes. Because, hey, can't hurt. Saving lives, right? You know what? I have a feeling we'll need them. Let's add a lot. They only weigh 0.15 each, so not too much. Let's make 12. That should slow us down. Should do. Save. And launch again. And go. Right. So we're back here with our new and improved rocket with actual RCS and things. So we're going to once again throttle up and make sure that our Agena 1 craft is in the proper position in its orbit. Let's do a bit of time warp, bending the laws of physics. Should be good there. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, launch. Bob and Bill, you're on your way to space. Okie dokie. Flames, rockets, flying, exciting stuff. That's 1,000 meters. Now what we have to do is negate velocity. So as you can see, the Agena 1 craft is moving at 2,236.3 meters per second. We, wait for it, are moving at 106 meters per second. We need to, A, get close to it, well, A, get into an orbit that is like its orbit, B, get close to it, and then negate velocity, so we're both moving at the same rate. And then, using the RCS thrusters, we slowly bring ourselves into it, and dock together. Simple in theory. Yes. You know, Kerbin really is a beautiful planet. It's just, developers, if you're watching this, take note. I think they should add some more trees and cities. A bit more tiny landscaping features. Because we really don't have much landscape. I mean, we have mountains and hills and things like that. But I mean, as far as the tiny things go, Kerbin is basically just all grassland, a bit of desert and ocean, right? Just saying. That might be neat. Then again, we're not really on Kerbin too much. Oh, and decouple boosters. There we go. You can see the space center down there. See it from their point of view. They have slow-moving heads. Yeah, mountain in the background. That'll do. Whoops, wrong button. Oh, almost time for the gravity turn. I got it this time. Wait for it. Turn. I just generally go by the 10-kilometer rule of thumb. Not sure if it's exactly the most efficient. There's probably another way you could do it that would be better. But this seems to work fine for me. So, yeah. Bit too far. But if we manage to get it in the right spot, I will then move it in. Exactly. And autopilot. There we go. That works. Or not. Maybe a bit of adjustment. Oh, stage. You have to pay attention to a lot of things in the Kerbal Space Program. Or else you'll miss the tiny important things and crash horrifically to your Kerbal's ultimate demise. Which is never a good thing. So, try to avoid that, kids. And teens. And adults. Just don't do it. Alright, we're now at 16 kilometers above the surface of Kerbin. Fun fact, the KSP solar system is actually an analog of Earth's own solar system. So they just basically changed the names of the planets. Kerbin is Earth, Mun is the Moon, Duna is Mars, Jool is Jupiter, Kerbal is the Sun. And I'm not sure of the exact scale, but I think, don't hold me on this, but I think that Kerbin and everything else in the KSP solar system is 1/6 scale. So Kerbin, in theory, is a sixth the size of the Earth, thus meaning you'd have to go through 1/6 of the atmosphere. So think how big it is in real life. It's quite the ordeal to get to space, actually. That's why we've only been doing it for the past few hundred years. But 23,000. Let's go into map view and look. You see, the Agena 1 is actually coming up pretty fast. I think we'll be at about the right time. We may have launched a bit early, but that can be taken care of. So 35,000 apoaps. Almost out of fuel. Ooh, that's bad. That's actually pretty bad. I expected this stage to take me higher. Oh well. Next stage, I guess. You know, I think we can throttle down on this one. Yep. This is one of the stock engines, not from KW Rocketry or B9 Aerospace, or any of the others, Kerbex, Elysian Empire. This is just the stock Skipper liquid engine, just recently added in one of the updates. It's not too efficient. Well, it's decently efficient, but it provides relatively high thrust. It's sort of a mid-stage booster. What's our apoaps at? 43,000. 44. Pretty high up. 44. Oh, the time to apoaps is slowing down, meaning we're making a higher apoaps, but not fast enough. We're going to be falling soon. So I will throttle up a bit. By a bit, I mean by half a third. We'll try. Yep, there we go. There, now we have it raising. It's on the rise. You can start to see the curvature of the planet quite clearly, actually. It says we're in orbit now, moving at roughly half the speed of the Agena 1 craft. You can see the atmosphere. It's really nice, the atmosphere effects, actually, on the planets. That blue hue above the planet. You can get some pretty good cinematic shots in the Kerbal Space Program here. Right, where's Waps now? 59,000. Alright, many of you may have noticed, yes, there is a lot of waiting. What I think I'm going to try in some of my later videos, perhaps the Kerpolo mission, maybe, don't hold me to this, is I'm going to do a voiceover. I think I'll try that out. So I'll film it without sound, and then as I'm video editing, I'll just add in my words later. I'll just have to be careful I don't give away what happens too soon. Right, 75. Now I want to get it to 104. Oh, another thing you want to do, should have done this earlier, is set this as my target. So you can see here, oh look, it's turned green. These are ascending and descending nodes, which is the inclination of our orbit. We're pretty close. I could change that later though. 89, 90, 91. How much fuel have I got? Pretty good. Oh, and you can see intersect 1. 46, 45. Getting closer and closer and closer. You want to get this to be as close as possible. And that's showing that, at this point in time, these are how far it'll be. That's where I'll be, that's where it'll be. Oh, cut throttle. No. Burn up a bit, maybe. Just a bit. Just that. What have we got? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? Where is it? 6.5. 0.6, 5.5. Oh, there we go. Cut. 5.5 kilometers in theory. That's pretty good. That's actually very good. So what we'll do now is add maneuver. Burn ourselves into an orbit. Oh, wait. That's not good. How did it change so drastically? I is suspicious. What's going on here? Why can't I change it? Let me move it to Agena. Okay, okay. Oh, 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 oh. Want to get the nodes as close as possible. What do we got here? 21 and 24. Try for closer. 46. Oh, no. You know what? I'll leave it where it was. If I can. If running out of time here, actually. What's that? 2.9. Ooh, much better, actually. Alright. Minute 30 seconds till our burn. We're using a very powerful engine here, which will not last for the whole burn, most likely. So we'll start burning in a minute. I'm just estimating here. The next stage we have is the Poodle engine, which is actually relatively weak. Not sure the thrust-to-mass ratio, so, you know, we have to be careful with this. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and restart the engine. There we go, full throttle. We're gonna have to drop the stage pretty soon. Go to the next one, and yep. See, there we go, 51 seconds. Hey, almost perfect. I'm not following my own rule of you should burn halfway before, halfway after. It's more accurate. Yes. I'll give them that. I just don't like it. Doing pretty good here. Nice rocket. You can see that green marker there. That's the Agena 1 craft, which is getting closer to us. We're actually pretty close already, but... Oh, actually, I can throttle down a bit now. 1/3 of thrust. It's okay if we have a bit after. Probably actually better. Here we are, starting to get some nice music in the background. The music changes if you're in atmosphere or if you're in space. Depending on where you are, what you're doing, the music will actually change. It can tell. Now we're starting to get target velocity here. That's our relative velocity. In other words, it's moving that much faster. Why did I even turn off autopilot? Also, this new pink node, that's the target retrograde. Oh crap, oh crap. The camera's changed. Almost there, almost there, almost there. And cut! How close are we? If we remove our node, can I see? Ooh, bit off. What do we got here? 10, not too bad, and 84. So, the next question is, how can we make these numbers closer? Well, as you can see, our Apple apps is actually a bit high, and our periapps is a bit low. We're coming up on our Apple apps next. So what we can do is raise our periapps. Then when we reach our periapps, we can lower our Apple apps. And this should get us a bit of a closer encounter. If it doesn't, I'll just leave it. What does that do to it? 10.4, 84. Did that do anything? It's a retrograde. Oh, that did something. Something bad. Oh, oh, oh. Let's see what if. Kinda hard to work with these nodes sometimes. You know, I'll just say that the 10-kilometer one is good enough for now. I'll leave it at that. So what we want to do now is, we've passed it, so we're now getting farther from it. We burn a bit, that negates velocity. Where is it, firstly? I need to find it. Where in the sky is it? It should probably be behind us. Yeah. There it is. So, let's burn retrograde. And this should negate our velocity. Oh, that wreaked havoc on our orbit for some reason. How far is it now? 53.4. We're getting farther. So what we'll want to do is point ourselves, target prograde, point towards it, and burn. Question is, are we getting closer to it now? Yes. We are getting much closer to it. We can do a bit of warping. By a bit, I mean a lot. Whoa. And there it is. Now that's 42. Okay, we'll burn. Running a bit low on fuel, actually. What has this done to our orbit? Oh, we're actually going to fall out of orbit soon if we don't dock. Interesting. So, that's bad. For some reason, our controls seem to be inverse. Retrograde would appear to be a prograde, and prograde seems to be retrograde. I think this is because the command module is upside down. I think. I'm not sure. Could be any matter of things. Well, I think that means we're back into a decent orbit now, the camera change. We'll see after I negate velocity. A bit. Yes, it does. We're in a stable orbit. Only that tiny bit of burning. You see what that can do. Right, where is it now? We're at, how close? 38.9. Is it getting closer or farther? Wait for it. Maybe a bit of warp would help. Closer. Oh, is that farther now? Wait. Yeah, farther. Alright. What are we gonna have to do, of course? Negate velocity and burn towards target. Or just burn towards target. Nah, I'll negate velocity first. Actually, no, just burn for it. Just go. I may not be following the wisest of strategies here, but it's worth a try. Just going to try burning straight for it. Okay. Let's see what that'll do. Almost out of fuel, actually. How much we got? A scarily low amount. Ooh, that's bad. 40.1. How close? 40 point what? 40 point. Give me a number here. 40.3. Booger. Well, yeah. This has not gone well. In case you haven't noticed. I'll use up those last vestiges of fuel to knock ourselves out of our orbit. Because this is now a hopeless mission. We don't have enough fuel left to complete it. So, burn full throttle at the prograde, which is now retrograde, in fact. Which fails to knock us out of orbit. Oh boy. This is bad. What do we have left? RCS fuel. Now, I've seen it be done before, where people have knocked themselves out of orbit, including myself, using RCS thrusters. It's just a question of if we can do it. Not sure if we'll be able to. Bill and Bob may be hopelessly doomed. Do we have an option to revert? Yes. I'm not gonna bother. Pretend that they made it home safely. Try number 1. Alright, that was a drastic failure. So, how do we fix it? I'm going to go with the logic of adding a bit more fuel. I think that this could solve some issues. So, let's add twice as much fuel. Save it. And, in our next episode, launch it. I'm afraid, I think that half an hour is long enough for a video, at least now, so we may as well have to come out with a Kemini Part 3, where we will hopefully actually dock with it, with the Agena 1 spacecraft. Thank you for watching, and have a good day.